Oh my gosh, okay. Hopefully I'm live. Hopefully this works. My phone has been on the fritz all day long. I've literally restarted it maybe at least 5 times today, so hopefully this works. Um, so I am going to talk about my story and my journey with online health and fitness, and just like my story growing up with fitness in my life in general. It is a very emotional subject for me, and you all know that I've had an emotional day, so what better time to talk about something like this, right? I don't know what I'm thinking, but okay. So, my story pretty much starts when I was a kid. So I grew up dancing and playing sports like my entire life. And you know, in the dance world, you have all of the worst body mentality things you could ever have, right? So you have this like image in your mind what your body should look like as a dancer. So being like short-legged, long-torsoed, big booty girl in dance class was like not the ideal, right? So so I grew up with that always, and I would always do like the craziest diet stuff ever, and I'll go more into that. But also I had a grandma who I grew up with that was morbidly obese, and she actually passed away when I was 12, and it was really hard for me to watch her live a life like that, not knowing, you know, how I could help her, what was wrong, what caused her issues with, you know, her health, and it was really hard. It was really hard to watch her, like, especially in public when people would stare. It was so sad. And I look back on that now and I'm like, wow, like if I only knew what I knew today, I could have helped her, you know, in some way. And so my goal now is to help people avoid obesity, avoid having to live an unhealthy lifestyle, and to avoid, you know, your family members having to watch you go through that, or maybe you know someone who's in your family who could use help. You know, that's why I do this today. So obviously I don't have a degree in health and fitness. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist at all. But I have learned so much in the last 6 months that it's insane. So, so growing up with all of that was like really crazy. When I like went into college, I did like the craziest stuff to feel like adequate, like my body was adequate. I would do laxatives. Guys, this is stuff I've never told people before, so I'm being so real with you. I did laxatives. I did, like I would wrap myself in a trash bag. I would work out for 2 hours. I would not eat, and then I would binge eat, and then I did crazy diet pills. I did this like weird diet pill that was like a green coffee bean thing, and it was red, and I got it at Walmart, and I would like just pop those things like they were candy, and they were disgusting, and they were not good for me, and they did nothing, absolutely nothing. So I did all of the things you should not do. And it literally got me nowhere. And then when I went to Disney to dance, I wasn't doing all the crazy stuff anymore, but I was like, oh, I am dancing all day, I'm sweating out all these calories, sweating out all this water, and I can eat whatever I want. And that is like not the case at all. So, so I guess like on top of helping people avoid obesity and all of that, and live a healthier, better life, I'm also here to help like any like theme park goers or performers who are basically struggling with what I struggled with before. And if you ever need advice, I'm always here. I'm an open book. You know, because I was there. I went through that, and now I know better. And so if you need someone to talk to, like, I am here to talk to. So anyway, went through all of that. Met this amazing man who I am now living in New York with, and when we first met, he was very big on health and fitness as well, and taught me to eat better. And I, you know, started liking vegetables and fish and stuff like that. So I learned a lot about food. We kind of went to the gym. Man, and I used to be an avid gym goer. Like I said, I used to be in the gym for like 2 hours straight, and went from like doing that to like not going at all. And then when we moved to New York, which was a really exciting move, but then when we got here, we were like, oh, we don't know anyone. We don't have any friends. And I didn't have a job. And it was so hard to get a job here. So I was like 4 months, jobless, friendless, like crying on the couch all day long. I fell into this like horrible depression that I should have probably went on antidepressants. I'm not even kidding you. Another thing I never have told people really is the struggle that I hit with depression, you know, and that was really hard. And I've always been like a glass half full person, and that wasn't half full for me. And I would just sit on the couch and cry and eat and not do anything, and I gained all this weight, and which made me feel even worse. And then it was like late April, early May. My girl, Justine, who is now my coach, she reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of her online health and fitness group. And I was like, well, I'm not doing shit anyway, so sure. And so I did it, and it was like finding this community that was struggling with all the things that I was struggling with, and I didn't feel alone anymore. And that was really like all I needed, and it was amazing. And that's what led me to, you know, I was a Beachbody coach, so it led me to doing Beachbody, and doing that for 4 months. I see all these hearts popping up, yay! Doing that, I learned all of this knowledge about like the proper workouts, the proper diets, the healthy way to live a healthier life that I had not known before. And then I had like this community that I was building, and it was awesome, and I didn't feel alone anymore. And that's kind of what led me to what I do today. Hey, oh yeah, heart explosion. Justine went crazy. Thank you. So yeah, and that's what, like, you know, Beachbody was great and all, but there's just more out there. So when we ran into Prove It, and Prove It was kind of like a saving grace for me, because I didn't just struggle with like health and fitness, because once I tackled that, it was like, okay, what's next? I struggled with insomnia. I struggled with Dorval. Oh, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you did win ape. So yeah, once I tackled eating well and getting the right workouts in, the next thing was hitting like what I was struggling with insomnia, and my energy. It was horrible, like getting coffee every day out like during work. So I was drinking like coffee twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. And oh shoot, my battery's low. Okay, well, I'll make this fast. So tackling all of that, and that's kind of when Prove It came into the picture, which is what I do now. And we talk about keto, OS, and ketones, and all of this stuff. Now, when people are like, you know, you guys watch the stuff, and then you don't really, I guess, maybe you don't watch it all, or you don't really understand what we're talking about still. So so that's why I'm going live again to talk about like what is keto OS, what is ketones, all that jazz. So so another thing I wanted to say was, like, upon looking for the next big thing, I did like all this avid research on like all the other products that are out there, because I'm all about other MLMs and all, like, you know, their products as well, because I know a lot of people do a lot of different things, and so I get a lot of questions about like, well, how is this different from this, or like how are ketones different from like this energy drink and all that stuff. So I prepare myself to know all of the things. So if you ever have a question like that, like, please feel free to ask. I'm an open book because I did all that research on the things. But here's the deal. So I will never promote or put a product in my body that I have not done research on, that is not all natural, that is not good for you, or has things that if I Google it and it doesn't seem okay, that I'm like not going to put that in my body, right? And I'm not going to tell you to put it in your body if I haven't tried it. So yeah. Oh, what else was I going to say? Oh yeah. So, ketones. The easiest way that I can explain what ketones are and what they do, so, is this way. If you've heard of the keto diet, you can put like a 1 up in the comments. But so basically the point of the keto diet is is to take out the carbs out of your diet and eat more fats. And in that process, you're taking away glucose out of the body, which is an energy source that the body uses to, so I see some ones. It's an energy source the body uses to like run on for energy and all that jazz. So when you're taking the glucose out and the carbs and the sugars, and it's not running on that stuff anymore, your body has to resort to fat cells for energy. So when it has to resort to fat cells, your body has to create its own ketones in order to burn fat cells. So the keto diet, people do it, and kudos to you if you do it, because it is so hard. I can't do it. I don't do it. And it's so hard to do, but once you do it, once you're in it, you're like on fire, right? And it is awesome. People get amazing results, but it is so easy to eat too many carbs, and then it throws you out of ketosis, which ketosis is the process of the ketones burning the fat cells, and that's ketosis. So it's so easy to throw your body out of it by eating too many carbs or by eating too many proteins. And then when you're trying to put your body back into ketosis, it could take days or even weeks for some people to achieve that goal. So this is the first product on the market. This is like the most exciting part. This Keto OS has ketones in it. You put it in your body externally. So it's the first time you can put ketones, external ketones, into your body, and it puts your body into ketosis without having to do the crazy hard diets. So it's the first time that your body can actually run on fat cells for energy and glucose for energy at the same damn time. Woo! So hard, too restricted for me. Yes. And another thing with the keto diet is if you're doing it and it can make you feel like shit, right? Like there's keto flu symptoms. So this is another thing. If you do the keto diet, but you're experiencing keto flu symptoms, which is like migraines, cravings, you're moody, you're tired, all of those things can happen on the keto diet. This is going to help you fight those keto flu symptoms because these are external ketones you're putting into your body. It gives your body more oxygen. So it's giving your cells more oxygen, which is like awesome for the brain. Also, ketones are the preferred source of energy. So when you have the preferred source of energy for your brain is going to be working on an optimal level. And guys, like I said, I'm not a scientist, but science backs this up. Doctors have proven it. And So when your or your mind is working on an optimal level, you're going to have better energy throughout the day without the crash. Let me tell you, I only drink coffee now because I like the taste of coffee. I don't drink it because I need the caffeine. Because with this stuff, you don't need it. You're not going to get migraines because of all the oxygen, or all the oxygen that you're getting now is going to help keep those migraines away. Also, you have long sustained energy throughout the day. At night, you kind of start coming down around like 8 o'clock, and then you're ready for bed. And I get the best sleep of my life from a person who has struggled with insomnia like my entire life. That is huge. I've never slept so good and so quickly. You know, falling asleep, the process of falling asleep for me was the hardest. But now I don't have that struggle anymore. I pass out, and then I wake up in the morning, and I'm feeling like awake, like alive. And so when your body is getting better sleep, you're going to be in a better mood. So like bye-bye anxiety. There are people that, there's testimonies that I can show you of people who have been on antidepressants and started Keto OS, and their anxiety and their depression went away, and they don't have to take antidepressants anymore. And that is amazing. So like I said, when I moved to New York, I was really depressed. I should have been on antidepressants, and since then I've developed this crazy form of anxiety, and it's mostly to do with like living in Manhattan is makes everybody anxious. So since being on this, yes since being on this, it has totally helped with my anxiety and my stress, which is linked to my stomach issues. And I have IBS, which is very much caused by my anxiety, so I haven't had as big of stomach issues as I used to have anymore. And also I have issues with like joint pain, and a lot of things with IBS is like inflammatory issues. So another thing that this helps with, because your body is getting more oxygen, is it helps you know, take care of that inflammatory stuff, like fibromyalgia, all of that jazz. It's going to act as almost like an anti-inflammatory, which is amazing. So, OMG, I couldn't imagine how stressful. Girl, I know. I'm sad that I'm coming home tomorrow for a funeral, but also I'm kind of happy to get out of New York for a little bit and see my family, because I haven't seen them almost in a year, which is crazy. So anyway, what's in this stuff? I have a list of things here just to keep me on track. So there's nothing unnatural in this. It is gluten-free, it is dairy-free, it is kosher, it is, oh my gosh, lab-tested, doctor-approved, all of that jazz. If you have any questions about it whatsoever, please, please, please let me know. I will answer them as fast as I can. And also, like, so the flavors, so you'll see supplements words. You'll see supplements that say natural flavors, but they will not list what those flavors are, or what it is that they're made out of. So these are natural flavors that are made with essential oils. So you gotta be careful about what you put in your body, because sometimes it'll say natural, but it won't say like exactly what natural is to them. No, I mean come back forever. I can't promise that. But yeah, so other than like giving your body optimal energy, all this stuff, helping your digestion and fat loss, this also helps with muscle preservation. So there's a lot of supplements out there that actually have some sort of form of acid in them that eats away your muscle, which is crazy, which is also why I do my research, because when you don't know if you're losing fat or muscle. And that's like, you know, as a gym goer or a muscle builder or a person who wants to live a healthy lifestyle, you don't want to lose muscle. You want to lose fat. So this has muscle preservation. So who needs this? Moms can have this. You know that babies are born in ketosis, and breast milk actually has a high amount of ketones in it. So this is totally, totally safe for mommies and kids, and all it's going to do is help them focus in class, help them stay awake in class, help your baby grow, and obviously, like if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, I wouldn't do any caffeine. There are uncaffeinated versions of this, which I do have, so if you want to try them, I can send them to you now. Gym goers, if you're a bodybuilder, you need this stuff. It's going to make your muscles pop out of your body, because you know when your fat cells shrink, your body muscles they pop out, and especially with the muscle preservation that this has and the muscle recovery rate that this has is amazing. And then there's like normal people who are exhausted all the time, like me. If you are exhausted all the time, Justine's already put hands up. If you are exhausted all the time, put a hand up, because you need this. You need this in your life. It changed my life. I'm telling you that right now. I would not be doing this I would not be alive right now if it wasn't for this stuff, because it makes me feel so freaking good. So, guys, that's all I have for you today. I'm sorry that I dished out my entire life to you. But thank you for watching. If you watched this whole thing, you better message me. Alright, how do I finish this? Have a good night, guys.